Hey guys, what is going on? It is Spherical here. We are back with Vinland Saga episode number 13. Some exciting things. First of all, I just noticed, while getting ready to watch this episode, that we have now, I believe, caught up to just under 2 months behind where the show's currently at. I think it last aired episode 20. So, again, I'm pretty sure we're on schedule to kind of catch up with it right when it's about to end. Like either on, like just before or just after the last episode is going to air, which is kind of exciting. So that's a thing. Again, we're cruising our way through. Another thing, we get a new opening and ending this episode. This is the final hope, or final, I guess, candidate for best opening of 2019 out of all the shows that I'm watching, at least. Except, unless, again, I'm trying to think of like My Hero, Seven Deadly Sins, Sword Art Online, like maybe they'll have another opening before the year is over, but I doubt. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Man with a Mission, I'm excited for the opening. But beyond that, again, last episode really felt like a halfway point, as it kind of was. The end scene there was really cool, showing us Leaf again on the hunt still. We saw just cool shot of the king. Thorkel, all the factions right now. I loved seeing the Welsh army, or I guess the small little kingdom in Wales. I don't know, when I saw that Roman armor pop up halfway through, I almost nutted. I didn't know exactly what kind of armor it was, but just seeing that it wasn't Norse and that it looked somewhat Roman, I was immediately hyped. I hope we get to see them like do some cool shit. They did get ambushed at the end of last episode, so maybe we'll get to see that. But I want to see them fight because they're cool. But yeah, put that out of the way. I'm ready to get right into it. So as always, links at the top of the description. It'll take you to Vimeo. You can watch the reaction highlight there and then head back here afterwards for the post-episode discussion. With that out of the way, let's get into the episode. All right, that was episode number 13 of Vinland Saga. Opening, phenomenal. Nothing else to say there. I was really worried that it wouldn't be very good, and I was hyping it up for nothing. But nope. We're good. It's a great opening. I love it. Yeah, nothing else to say there. The ending. The song was not necessarily my cup of tea. The singer was very, very good though. The visuals look really, really cool. I like the visuals in the ending. The visuals in the opening, like some of the shots of like just the face shots of some of the characters looked so badass. So Asclad, he's not necessarily on the side of Denmark. This is kind of where this is what I'm trying to think about right now is he's clearly wants what's best for the Welsh in this scenario. And he wants to try and get in power so that he can, get this treaty going. But I'm he's still not necessarily an enemy of the Danish people. He's just, that's not really where his allegiance, lies, right? Because clearly this is a big secret that he's keeping from people. But I'm trying to decide whether or not it's necessarily a bad thing. If word got out, of his plan and everything to the general people, his own army, would they be upset with him, or would they just be like, well, he's not really one of us, but he's been helping us anyways, and his goal is for peace, so it's not really a bad thing. That's kind of where my mind's at right now, is what are the implications of exactly what we learned this episode. But again, Askeladd's character, he's definitely by far my favorite character from the show so far, and I think he almost makes this show. That's a lie. The show doesn't hinge on just his character being good, but I think that's by far my favorite aspect of the show, is the way he's driven the show. Being, the main antagonist, but also the person who I want to see succeed. He seems like he has good goals. Again, does he seem like the best person? I don't know. I feel like a lot of people in this specific time period were not that great. And that's just how, that's how it works in times of war. Nobody's really good. So I really love his character, and I'm just excited to see how it progresses from here on out. And, you know, like, because again, keep in mind, this is still a character that's been supposedly destined to die from the very beginning of the show. I mean, that's literally Thorfinn's only drive right now, is to kill this man. And Askeladd even said, "You have the age advantage over me. You will beat me one day." So he's destined to die at some point. But I don't want it to happen now. You know what I mean? Canute. The opening really showed us a whole lot. I don't like. I'm not really talking spoiler wise, but I feel like the first opening was just generic shots of all the characters and whatever. But this opening, I feel like dived a bit more into the content that we're going to be seeing, and we saw a lot of Canute in the opening, and I really do feel like he's going to be a major factor in terms of. We're going to be seeing him have to progress a lot through the show and take on that leader role as a king. Whether or not he becomes king during the time period of the show or not is kind of irrelevant, but he has to be prepared to take on that role, and he's definitely not right now. But I like the little talk he gave, I'm not a coward, I'm just cautious. And it may have been an excuse, but I think it definitely was a very valid one. I mean, he is in a position where he definitely can't slip up. So it's, if he's scared of slipping up, then why talk at all? Might as well just keep silent and make sure everything's good before, enacting anything. So I like that. And he was yelling at Thorfinn afterwards again, showing that I think he is definitely interested in Thorfinn as a person, and I feel like they're gonna have an interesting, possibly friendship going forward. Again, Thorfinn's a really weird character because I feel like the people he's closest to are the people he hates the most, like Askeladd and stuff. So it's hard to tell whether Thorfinn actually likes somebody or not. But I don't know. I could see him and Canute like getting along, and maybe Canute will eventually become the king, and Thorfinn will gain status amongst Denmark because Canute becomes the king, and he maybe thanks Thorfinn, or I don't know, he feels gratitude towards him for helping him become king, and then they're gonna become like I don't know. I feel like it'd be a cool aspect of this show if that happens. I don't know if Thorfinn cares enough to have a friend at this point. Like, and that's the problem, is he doesn't care about anything right now. So I don't know. Again, the characters in this show are a major, plus. I think that might be the best as like that aspect of the show, plus the whole non-fiction aspect of it, although it is still a lot of fictional aspects to the show, but the fact that it's rooted so well in reality and stuff, those are two of my favorite parts about this show, and just things that I love to see with every episode is just we get new information, new characters, new bits of lore. So if we go a bit further, Askeladd, we saw that scene of him in the beginning carrying his mother. And he's a descendant of Artorius, which we kind of learned there throughout that story. But yeah, the reason why he and again, I said it in this reaction, he clearly does want Canute to become king. There is a very valid reason as to why that's the case. It's not necessarily just because he likes Canute and thinks he'd be a good king. He wants to get in a position in power thanks to helping Canute where he can form that treaty. And he did specifically say that he does not like, Denmark. Or what did he say at the end? He doesn't like the Danish something. I can't remember what he said, but he implied that he's definitely not doing what he's doing for the benefit of Denmark at all. It's all for the benefit of the Welsh people. Where did he say it though? And where are they headed now? Because they said they had a plan to gain supplies and stuff, but what exactly does that entail? Like, um, where is this quote though? I don't know if I'll be able to find it. But yeah, this is just a really cool episode. Um, yeah, I can't find it. But anyways, that pretty much finishes up this episode. Again, we are slowly catching up to the end of the season and where the show's currently at. So that's always exciting. But anyways, I'm gonna leave you guys off here. So as always, if you guys want early access and or the full-length versions of these reactions, you can click that link down in the description. It'll take you to patreon.com/sphericalfilms, so you can check that out there. But with all that out of the way, I do thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys all on Monday with episode number 14. Until then, peace out.